Good morning. Today we are going to discuss how input output can be accomplished in Java. Usually in C and C++ there are statements like scanf and C in C out statements for in C++. So likewise here in Java we don't have such statements because here um, mostly Java is used for web programming, and in this web programming there is no need to have input output like that. So they are not focusing on input output, but that can be done. So here for that there are some classes which can be used for that. Here there are two types of streams: character streams and byte streams. As you know, byte stream means it's a stream of bytes. Byte means 8 bits, and character streams means it is usually 16 bits. And usually that is uh, Unicode characters, and as they are Unicode characters, that can be internationalized. That means even Malayalam, Sanskrit, etc. Unicode characters are there. They are coded as Unicode, and if you have a character stream, you can send that via that character stream. So abstraction that either produces or consumes information. That means stream means it's an abstract type which is producing or consuming information. That means you can add as well as you can retrieve information from that. Same classes and methods can be applied to any type of device. For example, for an input stream, whether it is a disk file, whether it is a keyboard, whether it is a network socket, and all the accessories which are connected to a CPU, those can be treated as input stream. For example, whatever data you are reading, that means into the CPU, like disk file, you are reading a file, and keyboard means you can input characters, or you can strings through the keyboard. Then network socket means from other device, if it is connected to a network, then from the network you are reading data. That means all these are treated as input streams, and here Java treats all of them like that means they are all input devices. Okay. For output device, for example, your console, then disk file. That means your output can be returned to a disk file, and network connection. That means if you are sending something, then that's also a type of output stream. That means whatever be your device, those can be it's an input device or an output device. That means you are defining input stream and output stream, and uh, there is no need to distinguish between all these devices. That means if you want to output something, just create an output stream and write to that. And if you are an input stream, you have create an input stream object and you can read it. Okay, so these streams are defined in java.io package. Okay, streams. Then there are two types of streams, which are byte streams and character streams. I already explained it. Byte streams means handling input and output as bytes, and character stream is they are handling input and output as characters or Unicode. Original version include only byte streams. That means the initial version of or original version of Java is Java 1.0, and the character streams were added. That means character stream means a character is 2 bytes. That means character streams were added in Java 1.1. At the lowest level, all IO are byte oriented. That means at the physical level, data is sent as byte streams. Okay. Now stream classes. Stream classes in the sense byte stream classes are input stream and output stream. They are byte stream classes, and character stream classes are reader and writer. Okay. So you have two base classes, input stream and output stream, for byte stream objects, and there are two character stream classes which are reader and writer. Both streams include read and write methods. Read method for reading or input, and write method for output. Okay. Byte stream classes end with the stream. You should always remember byte stream classes. All byte stream classes, a number of byte stream classes are there. Those classes end with stream. So if a if a class ends with a stream, then that's a byte string. Character string classes end with either a reader or writer. That means if it is a character stream, then it is ending with either a reader or writer. That means if you have a class which is ending with either reader or writer, then should not that is a character string class. Okay. Now next is input stream object. Your input device and input stream object is system.in is an system. There is a system class defined, and system.in is the input device, and two print stream objects. That means input stream object is system.in. Suppose that your keyboard, that is a system.in object, and print stream objects are system.out and system.r. System.out means suppose that your output device is say your console, then what will happen? System.out is your console. Okay, system.r means maybe a file or console. And now reading console input, that means accomplished by reading from, that means suppose that you are reading a character or reading a string from through the keyboard. So if you want to accomplish that, then first of all you should note that your keyboard is treated as system.in. Accomplished by reading from system.in means reading from your keyboard. To obtain a character based stream attached to the console, wrap system.in in buffered reader object. Buffered reader, as you know, a reader means it's a character string, and now your buffered reader object is created, and buffered reader supports a buffered input stream. Buffered reader and its constructor is a reader input reader. That means input reader is another reader which is your constructor for buffered reader object. To obtain an input stream reader object linked to a system.in, use the following constructor. That means your input stream reader is another object which is reading from the input stream. That means that is converting your bytes to characters. That means input stream object. That means for input stream reader, the object you are passing, or for constructor the passing object is input stream. Input stream is actually it's a byte oriented or byte stream class, and actually this input stream reader is converting your input stream to characters. So definitely our system.in, as I told you, suppose that is your keyboard, then your system.in is an object of type input stream. That means it is sending input stream or sending a byte stream. So it is an input stream object. So system.in is an object of type input stream. Putting all together, you have to create a buffered reader object. Br is equal to new buffered reader within bracket new input stream reader system.in. That means system.in is an input stream object which is byte oriented or byte stream. The input stream reader is converting that byte stream to character stream, and buffered reader object is reading it. So BR is a buffered reader. BR, you have created an object BR which is a buffered reader, and for the buffered reader the constructor is new input stream reader system.in. Okay. So after the execution of the statement, suppose that you have such a statement. This is an example. You have a character C. You have defined a character C. This is not the complete program. Actually, you have to complete this. The code snippet is like this. Buffer reader, you have created a buffer stream. Buffer reader object br equal to new buffer reader, new input stream reader system.in. Now you have created that buffer reader object br. Now you are outputting enter characters q to q. That means you have to type a sequence of characters, and when it matches q, it will exit. So this is a do while statement. Do while statement, and C, already you have defined that character C. C is br dot read means buffer reader object is br. Br dot read means it's reading a character from the keyboard, and that is assigned to C. Then after that it will print that character, and then it will check whether that is equal to Q. And if it is not Q, this the sequence of the loop will be continued until C becomes Q. If so, C not equal to Q, again it is reading, and like that. That means this will continue until C equal to Q. So that's why it's reading characters. And if you want to read a string, that means instead of a single character, suppose that you are going to read a string, what will happen? What you can do? String, you have defined a string str, and buffered reader, again that object buffered reader object you have created, and here you have to read, instead of read you have to type a read line. Read line means it's reading a string. Okay, so that's all about reading from the console and reading from the keyboard. So at this point in time, you should note that you have to remember this line. That means buffer reader br is equal to new buffer reader, new input stream reader system.in. That's very important. And the details of what this mean, what this line mean, I have already told you. That is not at all very important. So you should always remember this line. And if you want to read something through the keyboard, you should have this line. And if it is a character, then you have to use br.read, and if it is a string, you have to use br.readln. Okay.